The sighting did not emerge from a staged photograph or a photographer waiting in the shadows. It came from ordinary people in an entirely ordinary place, and that is precisely why it sent such a jolt through those who witnessed it. Just moments earlier, Sam Heughan had been seen moving through a crowded shopping mall, unguarded, unhurried, and unmistakably not alone. The encounter lasted only minutes, yet its impact traveled faster and farther than any carefully orchestrated reveal ever could. What unsettled people most was how unprepared the moment appeared. There were no assistants lingering nearby, no visible security clearing a path, and no effort to disguise his presence. Sam walked freely, casually, as though recognition wasn't even a concern. For someone long known for carefully managing his public exposure, that ease felt strikingly out of character. Almost immediately, it raised questions. Witnesses described the person beside him as completely unfamiliar. Not a public figure, not a known friend, not someone fans could connect to previous appearances. And yet, the comfort between them was undeniable. They walked close, leaned in while speaking, and shared gestures that felt natural rather than staged. Nothing about their interaction suggested performance. Everything suggested familiarity. Those who noticed them separately later recalled the same quiet details. How Sam slowed his pace when the other person paused. How he subtly shifted position when strangers lingered a moment too long. And most telling of all, how his attention never fully drifted, even when he was briefly recognized. His focus remained anchored to the person at his side. Then came the moment that changed everything. When someone nearby appeared to recognize him, Sam's body language shifted instantly. He didn't tense or retreat. Instead, he moved with quiet purpose, subtly placing himself between the curious gaze and the person beside him. It wasn't defensive, it was protective, as if he was shielding something delicate, not hiding something scandalous. That single instinctive reaction transformed casual curiosity into something sharper. Fans have watched Sam handle recognition countless times, usually with charm and ease. This response was different. It carried awareness, calculation, and a clear priority, the safety and comfort of the person with him, not his own visibility. Within minutes, the story began circulating. Not through blurry photos or viral clips, but through consistent first-hand accounts that mirrored one another too closely to ignore. No dramatic embellishments, no sensational claims, just a shared understanding that something about the encounter didn't align with how Sam typically presents himself in public. As whispers spread, so did the questions. Why appear so openly in a public space if privacy mattered so deeply? And if he wasn't trying to hide, why had this person never been seen before? The contradiction fueled speculation far more powerfully than secrecy ever could. Longtime followers noticed the shift immediately. For years, Sam has drawn firm boundaries around his personal life, redirecting attention and deflecting rumors with practiced precision. This time, there was no redirection, no visible effort to regain control of the narrative. That absence spoke louder than any denial. The timing only deepened the intrigue. There was no event, no announcement, no external reason for his guard to drop. The encounter felt spontaneous, unfiltered, unscripted. In the world of celebrity, those are the moments that reveal the most. Some fans rushed to label the unknown companion a secret partner. Others urged restraint, warning against turning a single sighting into a conclusion. Yet even the skeptics admitted something felt deeply personal. The familiarity was too fluid. The concern too immediate. As the mall returned to normal and Sam disappeared from view, the questions lingered. If it were a misunderstanding, history suggested it would be addressed quickly, perhaps with humor or clarification. But as minutes turned into hours, there was only silence. That silence transformed an ordinary outing into a breaking story. With no clarification, every detail gained weight. Every witness account felt more significant. The idea that Sam Heughan might be quietly sharing his life with someone beyond public view no longer felt speculative. It felt plausible. Nothing has been confirmed, no names, no statements, no explanations. What remains is a moment caught off guard. A reaction that didn't match the image fans believed they understood, and the sense that something long protected may have briefly brushed against the public eye. As the story continued to circulate, attention shifted to what Sam did next, or rather, what he chose not to do. There was no social media post, no familiar humor to soften the narrative. For someone known to shut down rumors quickly, the restraint felt intentional. Silence became part of the message. Those close to him described the approach as deliberate, not evasive. Over time, Sam has learned that denying every rumor often gives it more power. This time, the quiet felt careful, as though any response risked revealing more than intended. Within the fandom, theories multiplied. Some believed the encounter pointed to a long-standing relationship kept deliberately out of view. Others suggested Sam may have reached a point where absolute secrecy no longer felt necessary. In either case, the idea of a hidden relationship no longer sounded like tabloid fiction. Industry observers offered a calmer interpretation. Public figures often take calculated risks with their private lives. Appearing openly without safeguards can signal trust, in the person beside them, or in the moment itself. What made this encounter stand out was Sam's history of discretion. He has rarely allowed such unguarded intimacy to be seen. Fans revisited old interviews, past sightings, and dismissed coincidences, searching for patterns. None offered certainty, only context. The mall encounter remained the clearest departure from his established behavior, and that is why it carried such weight. Alongside curiosity, a quieter conversation emerged. Questions of boundaries, of entitlement, of how much the public has a right to know. The sighting forced fans to confront the reality that admiration does not grant access. Those closest to the situation remain focused on one priority: privacy. If the person seen with Sam is significant, sources suggest they are not part of the public world and never intended to be. Protecting someone unfamiliar with fame requires different choices. Whether the encounter was accidental remains unresolved. Some believe Sam underestimated how recognizable he still is. Others think he accepted the risk, aware that hiding forever is neither realistic nor healthy. Either way, the result was the same: a private moment briefly exposed. As days passed without clarification, the story settled into uncertainty rather than resolution. No conclusions could be drawn, yet the impression lingered. The idea that Sam Heughan has lived a life carefully divided from public view suddenly felt real. This episode underscores a broader truth. The most revealing moments are rarely planned. They unfold in ordinary places through instinctive reactions, not rehearsed statements. When those moments defy expectations, they reshape perception more powerfully than any announcement. Whether the person seen that day was a partner, a close confidant, or something else entirely may never be confirmed. And perhaps that is the point. Not every story demands closure, especially when the cost is someone else's privacy. What was revealed was not a name or a status, but a boundary, and a quiet reminder that some truths remain protected by silence.